And we are live. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the stream tonight. We are getting ready for Game 2 between the Florida Panthers and Toronto Maple Leafs. I watched Game 1 of this series back earlier in the week, Tuesday night, and it was a whole lot of fun. Very exciting hockey, and I'm hoping that we get a lot of good action again here tonight in Game 2. Toronto was not able to win at home in game number 1. Obviously, it's a long series. There's a long way to go. But this is a big game for the Leafs. They don't want to drop both games at home. That always puts you in a tough position. Now, obviously, we saw the Devils come back in that position against the Rangers and end up winning that series. So it's definitely not do or die right now. But the Leafs want to at least get a win on home ice, get this tied up 1-1. And go to Florida with a chance to really take care of business. And for Florida, they got their split on the road here to start. They are trying to get out 2-0. They brought a very heavy game to the table in game number 1. We'll see if that continues again here. But, man, I'm just expecting a very high-paced, physical game that's going to be a lot of fun to watch. So let's get ready to go. We got a lot in the chat already, so I want to try and say hello to as many as I can. TCB, Bolts and Caps fan, Blair, hockey legend, Derek, Underwater, Rick, Austin, Darren, Axie, Victoria. Thank you so much for the new subscriber, JPM. Let's welcome JPM to the channel, everybody. Yoshi Bros, JT, Carp, BC Transportation, McDobb, Kelly, Ryan, Tamara, welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Great to have you all in the chat tonight as we get ready for puck drop between the Panthers and the Leafs. As Shara, what's going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Joey, what's going on? Welcome in. No, I did see that McDup. My dad actually texted it to me this morning at like 6 in the morning. I was still sleeping, and I get a text, and he just sent me a YouTube link, and that's what it was. It's pretty funny. Willie, what's going on? Welcome. Friday, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. RS Games, what's going on? It's going pretty good, Darren. How are you? Good to see you in the chat. Thanks for coming by again. Sanino, welcome. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Yeah, it was pretty crazy, as Shara. Pretty crazy. But, hey, we're on to round 2 now, and this should be a good game. I thoroughly enjoyed watching game 1 of this series. And, you know, I wasn't really sure what to expect between these two teams. You know, going into the series, I really didn't even try to guess what kind of game it was going to be. And it ended up being a lot of fun. It was a great matchup, very high-paced and very physical as well. So, you know, really my kind of hockey and the best of both worlds. You have the speed and skill, but you got guys that will bang bodies as well. And I hope that game 2 is just as fun, if not a little bit more fun than game 1 was. But well, Bobrovsky was huge for Florida in game 1. I mean, he really, I would say, stole the show. I think he's probably the biggest reason why. I think he had like 34 saves on 36 shots. It was some of those saves were like absolutely spectacular too. The Leafs could have easily been the team with 4 goals on Tuesday. You know, that score could have been flip-flopped very easily, but Bobrovsky really made some huge saves and kind of stole the show, and that allowed Florida to come away with the win. Transportation Land, what's going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Charlie, welcome in. Thanks for watching. Hey, there's definitely a possibility of that underwater. I think Dallas is gonna give Seattle a real tough long series though, and honestly, I think the Oilers, if they can get a stop from a goaltender, I think that they can give Vegas a run as well. I don't think there's gonna be any short series, but um, it's definitely Seattle and Vegas have both looked very good in these playoffs. Hey, Derek, what's going on? Welcome in. Braden, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. We are getting ready for puck drop. Florida, Toronto, game number 2. Brandon, thanks for coming by. Awesome to have you. Looks like we're about 5 minutes away from puck drop here. Should be a good one tonight. We'll see. I think whoever can get out to a lead in this game, it's gonna be important. I think you're gonna want to be the team that scores first, and you might want to. I think we don't see a lot of extended leads often necessarily in the playoffs. A lot of these games are very tight all the way through. But if you can get out to a 2-goal lead or even a 3-goal lead, that's big to put yourself in that position where you have a little bit of a cushion. And I think if somebody can do that in this game, it's gonna be really good for that team. So we're getting ready to go here. Let's see. As far as tonight's game, I want this to be a long series, so I think I don't see the Leafs dropping both games at home. I think Toronto finds a way to win this one. It might come down to overtime. It might be really by the skin of their teeth, really, really close. But I think they find a way to win this game, even it up 1-1. And this is a series that I fully expect to go at least 6, if not 7 games. But we'll see what happens. Only other game on the schedule tonight, Seattle and Dallas will play game number 2 of their series coming up at 9:30 Eastern after this one. Seattle has the 1-0 series there after pulling off the upset in overtime of game 1. And obviously Dallas in a very similar situation to Toronto where they don't want to drop both games at home. So this is an important game for the Stars later to try and get that series even and at least get the split and go to Seattle, with the hopes of some nice road wins there in Seattle. So that should be a great game as well. So we'll see. I'm not going to be live for that one, but I'll maybe catch some of it. Those games go pretty late for us here on the East Coast, but still really good hockey all around, especially with these two series. I think the Dallas, Seattle, and the Florida, Toronto series are the ones that I'm most, I don't know because I'm interested in all of it, so interested's not the right word, but most really I don't know why I can't think of the word that I'm looking for right now. Invested in. I would say that these two that are going on tonight are the two that I'm most invested in, definitely, and most excited about and want to watch. Goat Farmer, what's going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Of course they can, Pablo. They're there for a reason. Anybody who's still in the playoffs at this point is capable of winning. There's no team that gets to into this far into the playoffs that's not capable. Obviously the other team is just as capable as well, and it's a hard-fought battle, but everybody at this point is capable of winning a series and going further. Edited, what is going on? Good to see you here. Welcome in, Pablo. Great to have you in the chat. Really appreciate it. So we are very close to puck drop here as they finish up the national anthems. And we'll be getting underway and getting into the action of this one. Boy, this series came out in game one with a breakneck pace, very fast game up and down the ice with a lot of big hits as well. And we'll see if that continues here in game two or if these teams try and tighten it up a little bit. I think this is going to be a run and gun style, probably all series long between these teams. And very high-paced and very physical matchup. Probably going to be the case again here in game two. We're getting ready to go. Matthew Tkachuk line starts for Florida. Obviously cannot say enough about what Matthew Tkachuk is brought to this Panthers team in these playoffs. He's probably the MVP of the playoffs at this point. Obviously, there's still a long way to go before we're giving out the Conn Smythe, but Tkachuk has been unbelievable. His line in general has been unbelievable. O'Reilly line starts for Toronto. We are underway. Puck is won back. Panthers take it. They'll dump it in. Worked around now. Montour keeps it in. Played there by Cousins. Down in the corner. Florida already cycling in the offensive zone. Bennett, Cousins, and Tkachuk out there to start. McCabe being chased. Double teamed there. Works it up the wall. Gets it to Achari. Noel Achari's out of the zone for Toronto. Puck gets knocked down. Vernon, what is going on? Welcome. Thanks for being here. Really appreciate it. Worked out now. Around it goes. Shen plays it to Riley, excuse me. That's sent through the middle and taken by Bunting. Morgan Riley jumps up and eventually throws it in as he gets hit in front of the benches. Now puck scrambling around in front, ends up down in the corner. Matthews comes away with it. Around it goes. And Bobrovsky's going to cover that one up. 8:48 to go in the first. Friday, it's really easy. All I have to do is click next to your name, and I have all kinds of options to do. If I click next to your name, I can get rid of your comment. I can put you in timeout, which is for 5 minutes, or I can completely hide you from the channel in general, and you can never comment or join a chat on this channel ever again. I have all kinds of options here as the owner of the channel. Offensive zone draw now for the Leafs. Yarncroke's going to have to take it. And it's one back. Brian, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you for coming by. Out of the zone over the red line. Dumped into the attacking end. Florida trying to keep it. Played in the corner. Taken by Toronto up through the middle. Tavares gets it out. Willie Nylander with it. Circles back. Pass off for Liljegren. Nylander gets hit out in the neutral zone. Liljegren tries to dump it in, but it goes way too high up and out of play. And we get a whistle. Face-off coming back out to neutral ice. Stoppage here. And still no score. Just a few minutes into this one. Both teams look like they're just kind of trying to get their game going right now. No real sustained pressure here early on these first couple minutes. Thanks, Pablo. Appreciate it. Face-off in the neutral zone. One back. Shen dumps it in. Around it goes. Gudas first on it. And that's lifted out. Cleared again by the Panthers. Florida with it taken. There's a shot attempt that gets blocked. The Leafs come back the other way. They're up 3-on-2 into the offensive zone. Driving wide. Good chance there. Lafferty works it around. Back to the point. Played by Shen. Sends it back deep. David Kampf. Kampf trying to dig this puck out. It's worked down low. Florida after it. Good pinch, though, by Morgan Riley. Keeps it in away from Gudas. Back to Riley. Shoots one wide. Back out to the point now. Leafs with a shot through traffic. Rebound in front. And they score! Alex Kerfoot on the rebound. Toronto strikes first. An early goal here in the first period gets Toronto on top. Just 2 minutes and 20 seconds in, the long shot from the point resulted in a juicy rebound, and Kerfoot was there to put it home. Big goal here for the Leafs. That is the start that Toronto was looking for here. Not even 3 minutes into this game, they are up 1-0. And Bobrovsky, just a little bit of trouble controlling the rebound, leaves it right in front. And Kerfoot says, "Thank you very much," puts it in the net, and we have our first goal as the Panthers take the puck now off the draw. Montour gets absolutely run over by Noel Acciari. That's our first real noticeable big hit of the game as Acciari trucks Montour. Panthers have it, though, now in the offensive zone. Mark Stahl trying to keep it there. Leafs up the boards. They're able to get it out. Back it goes now. Montour will send it up to the neutral zone. Tkachuk pass to the middle. Played by Cousins into the offensive end. He spins off a check and will just lose it down in the corner as Bennett comes in. Taken now by the Leafs. They work it out. It's up to Austin Matthews. Matthews into the attacking end. Fires a shot. Saved by Bobrovsky. Had a little bit of trouble holding on to that one, but is able to quickly get it recovered up. And a good chance there for Matthews gets stopped. It remains 1-0 Leafs, and it will be an ozone draw for Toronto with 16:55 remaining. Mike, what is going on? Welcome. Dean, good to see you. Thank you for being here. Raji Ghost, welcome. Let's see. Rick, good to see you in the chat. Thanks for coming by. Really appreciate it. Henderson, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for coming by. Yeah, good chances here. Out shooting Florida 3-0. Already up 1-0. Leafs have had the start to this game that they were looking for. Andrew, what is going on? Welcome in. As this one gets whistled down for offside. It's going to be a face-off right outside of the Toronto zone. Big game here for Toronto to try and even this series up. They've had a very good first 3+ minutes here. I'm doing good, Andrew. How are you? Great to have you in the chat. Thanks for coming by tonight. Round it goes. Toronto takes it off the draw. McCabe pass up. Deflected into the attacking zone. Forecheck will commence. Matthews comes in. Worked up the wall. Kept by Brody. Cross from the half wall. Shot attempt gets blocked. Forsling plays it in the corner. And that's back up and out. Over the line. Dumped into the offensive zone. Marner gets knocked down. Florida trying to get it out of their end. Not able to. Back out in front. That gets through Bunting, but onto the stick of Marner. Marner tries to throw it back out in front, but that one's knocked away by Aaron Ekblad. Puck still bouncing around loose. Marner with another chance, and Bobrovsky shuts the door. A lot of puck fumbling there in the Florida zone, and it resulted in some opportunities. But ultimately, Marner gets the chance. Bobrovsky makes the save. Taken now. Florida gets it up. Florida's out of the zone. Here come the Panthers into the offensive zone. Big hit there in on Liljegren, who moves the puck up the boards. Toronto not able to get it out. Luostarinen with it. Down low. And that one will get out as Nylander flips it over everybody back out to the neutral zone. And Tavares falls down, slides offside into the attacking end. So that will lead to a whistle here and a neutral zone face-off on the way. Hey, Michigan, what's going on? Welcome in. 15:22 to go here in the first. Power play coming now for Toronto. Tripping call as the Leafs were entering the offensive zone. Zach Dalpe gets his stick in the skates there. And this is going to be a big chance for the Leafs to try and extend this lead. They go to the man advantage. And let's see, it was Kerfoot who has the goal for Toronto. Now draws a penalty. Dalpe goes to the box for tripping as the stick got right in his skates there as they came into the zone. And they're going to be a power play opportunity for a very, very talented power play unit for Toronto. Hey, riding the storm. What's going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Taken back now. Riley works it to Tavares. Back to Morgan Riley. Toronto sets up in the attacking end. Played by Marner. Down low, behind the net. Back to Marner. Marner rips a shot. Good save there. Bobrovsky kept in by Riley. To Marner, to the middle. Back to Marner. Middle again. O'Reilly with a good shot. Save Bobrovsky. Marner gets the puck back. Toronto with chances here. Another one. And they score! Ryan O'Reilly on the one-timer. Puts it home. 2-0 Leafs. They extend the lead on the power play. And this is exactly the start. Exactly the start that the Toronto Maple Leafs were looking for. 2-0 already as they get going here on home ice. Know this is an important game for them to win. Know that they need to even this series at 1. And boy, what a first period so far. Jack, what's going on? Welcome in. Hockey legend, I'm doing well. How are you? Thank you for watching. Really appreciate it. Great to have you in the chat. Just over 5 minutes into this first period. Shots on goal are 8-2 in favor of Toronto, and they lead 2-0 now on the scoreboard. Dumped in now. Leafs get right back in on the forecheck. Nyes trying to get it down low out there. Out there with Ochari and O'Reilly. The Leafs have it again. Shot from the point gets blocked. Bennett first on it. Trying to clear for Florida. Not able to get it out. Second opportunity. It is out of the zone now as Montour dumps it in for the Panthers. Puck has not been in the Toronto zone very much in this game. Florida's trying to keep it there. Moved out. Not able to get it through O'Reilly, who steals the centering pass. Leafs come back the other way. It's brought up by Brody. He fires one wide of the goal. Bounces off the end boards around. Big hit there. Nyes gets absolutely hammered along the boards. And it looks like there's another delayed penalty call coming here against Florida. They're going to call a penalty on it. Leafs are going to go back to the power play as they have the goaltender is out for the extra attacker. Official's arm is in the air. Hey, Red Wings fan, what's going on? Welcome. Thanks for being here. Awesome to see you in the chat. Tavares carries it now, trying to drive through the middle. He gets knocked down, puck rolls wide, and finally Florida touches up. Another power play coming now for the Leafs. And it is going to be Matthew Tkachuk headed to the penalty box. And we are going to the first commercial break of this one. We're under 14 minutes to go here in this first period. What a start for Toronto. 2 goals already. Back to the power play again when we get back. And completely dominating puck possession and shots on goal. This has been as good of a start as you could possibly ask for the Leafs. Yes, they are, Blair. Yes, they are. I talked to Steele a little bit, either last stream or the stream before, Derek. He seems to be doing pretty good. I haven't talked to him at length about anything, but he's still doing stuff on his channel and seems to be doing pretty well. Hey, good luck to your night, London Knights, Austin. We'll see how they do tomorrow night in Game 5. Hopefully it's a great game. All right. I'm going to crack open my iced tea now because we've got ourselves quite a start here as the Leafs trying to make it 3-0 with this power play. Just electric start on home ice for them here in this game. So it's Matthew Tkachuk in the penalty box here for his hit on Matthew Knies. And I think it was the secondary follow-through. I don't think it was the original hit. I think it was the secondary follow-through with his glove to the chin that actually got the penalty. See, at first it looked fine, and then the glove came through at the end as they were falling to the ice and knocked Knies right in the chin. So that, I assume, is what the penalty is for, and the Leafs go back to the power play here, where they already have a power play goal in this game. Working around now, here's Marner. Setting back up, attacking zone. O'Reilly again with a shot! And that one smothered by Bobrovsky. Ryan O'Reilly looking for his second power play goal of the game. Gets stifled by Bobrovsky there, but another good opportunity. Hey, Vernon with the 5. Let's get that dono hype in the chat for Vernon. Dropping a 5 on the stream. Thank you so much, man. Really, really appreciate it. That is awesome. Here we go now. Taken by Tavares, drops it back, played to the point, Riley. Morgan Riley fakes a shot, passes it off to Matthews. Matthews to Marner, back to Matthews, shot from the point gets blocked. Mark Stahl first on it, backhands it up the boards, but not out. Morgan Riley keeps it in. No, that was Matthews, over to Marner. Now Riley's on it, but goaltender's mask comes off and play gets whistled down. Boy, Toronto is really buzzing here. A lot of shots, trying to extend this lead to 3. But that one, you could see Bobrovsky's mask unbuckle when he got hit with the shot and immediately come off. Soon as that shot hit him up high, that buckle on the back of his mask just popped. Still a minute 19 to go here on this Toronto power play. They'll have the offensive zone faceoff. Now leading shots on goal 11-2. This has been a one-sided first 7 minutes, that's for sure. Here we go now, off the draw, Leafs with possession, in the middle, redirected, nice pad save there by Bobrovsky. Great job by John Tavares in the slot area, redirecting that on goal. Tried to just get it to catch Bobrovsky off guard, but he's able to drop the pad down in time. Another offensive zone faceoff. O'Reilly to take it against Reinhart. Reinhart wins it back for Florida. They'll look to work it out. Luostarinen on it. He's got an outlet. Gets it up to Ekblad. Florida clears. Shorthanded Ekblad fires one in on Samsonov. Samsonov makes the save, passes it off. 12.5 to go here in the first. Around it goes now. Tavares with it. Leafs back into the offensive end. Back out to the point, Riley. Over to Matthews. Riley again. To O'Reilly. Riley to O'Reilly. Back to Riley. Now to Marner. Down low, Tavares. Back to Marner. Back down low, Tavares can't get a shot off. Marner gets it back. Goes off a stick, though. It's back out to the neutral zone. 15 seconds left on the power play. 11:45 to go now in the first period. And it looks like Florida is going to kill this one off as the final seconds tick down. And we are back to 5-on-5 hockey. Matthew Tkachuk is out of the penalty box. Around it goes to Luostarinen. He clears his zone. Sent all the way down, but it's going to be icing. As the penalty had expired, it goes way over everybody down to the end boards. And it will be an offensive zone draw for the Leafs on the way. Round now, lifted through the middle. Kept in by Toronto as they'll chase down to the corner. It's David Kampf against Mark Stahl. Up the boards it goes. Florida's able to clear it. They try and come back the other way. Dumped in by Eric Stahl. Around it goes. Heavy hit by Tkachuk on Giordano on the forecheck. Florida trying to work it around now. Puck ends up along the end boards. Kampf on it with Bennett chasing. Up past Cousins, chipped out. Achari takes it, and Achari takes a hit right in front of the Florida bench. Puck ends up down behind Bobrovsky. Matthew Tkachuk plays it, 10:50 to go in the first period. Up it goes. Moved out. Achari now returns the favor with a big hit of his own, and the Leafs get the puck back. Hey, what's going on, Ace? Welcome in. John, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Moved across now. Nyes shoots that one wide. Boy, Nyes has gotten better and better for the Leafs as these playoffs have gone along. He's gotten more comfortable. Really, already straight out of college, already looks like a top 6 NHL player. Hey, let's go, Logan. Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. As Gudis sends that one out to the neutral zone. Leafs regrouping now back in their own end. It's Morgan Riley. Over to Kampf. Kampf gets knocked down by Gudis. Back the other way, Florida. They'll dump it in. Try and work this one around. Played by Kerfoot. He's being chased. Duclair comes in to steal the puck, but then Kerfoot gets it right back and is able to get it out with Verhaeghe all over him. Dumps it the other way. Lafferty heavy in on the forecheck. Lafferty throws down his man. Coming back the other way. Oh, Duclair gets blown up by Riley in the neutral zone. And it results in an icing call as Shen wins the race. Morgan Riley, what a step up as he crunches Duclair. This has been a very physical series, and they are picking right up where they left off here in Game 2. Some big, big hits already. Going to be an offensive zone draw now here for Toronto. Because of that Riley step up. Bunting comes in as Matthews tossed out of the draw. Florida takes possession. It's Gudis, outlet up the wing, and the Panthers are out of their zone. They gain the red line, dump it in. They'll get the rest of their line change done. And now try and get in on the forecheck. Oh, big collision there. Florida comes away with the puck, though. Shen went shoulder to shoulder with Reinhart. They both stumbled back. Toronto able to get it out of their zone. Now back to the offensive end. Cross Giordano shot. And smothering that is Bobrovsky. Ekblad getting into it a little bit with Bunting, who's in the crease. Bunting doesn't really do anything. He knows the refs are watching him closely, and they break up. Offensive zone face-off for the Leafs coming up again. But that's going to have to wait as we go to our second commercial break of this period. We're past the halfway point of the opening 20 minutes. And the Toronto Maple Leafs, off to a great start, continue to lead this one 2-0 and dominate shots on goal. Thank you guys all so much for being here. It's great to have you in the chat tonight. Please don't forget, it really does help out a whole lot if you can hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. I cover the entire NHL, so fans of all teams are welcome and wanted here. We're just trying to build a hockey community where everyone can come together, enjoy hockey, and have some fun. And boy, after losing Game 1 on home ice, the Leafs knew this was an important one. Obviously, you don't want to drop both of your opening games at home, and they have come out ready to play this evening and are off to a great start. Nope, Andrew, I will not be streaming tomorrow night. I don't know when my next stream will be. It may be this weekend. It may not be until sometime next week, but I have, once I figure out what my weekend plans are, I'll let you guys know if I'm going to do one this weekend. It's definitely a possibility that at some point this weekend I do a stream. But I don't know for sure yet. I want to talk to my friends and try and figure out like what's going to be going on Saturday and Sunday. That's a great call, Vernon. There's been a lot of get off the tracks moments in these playoffs, and already just a game and a little bit into this series, there's been a lot of get off the tracks moments in between these two teams. So, that's playoff hockey. Have your head up, get off the tracks, and be ready for body contact because it's coming. We are back now. Face off, one back. Florida trying to get it out of their zone. Brought up. Here's Reinhart. He dumps it in. Around it goes. Played there. Liljegren gets hammered. Worked back out in front. Opportunity, and they score! Florida makes it 2-1 as they cut the lead in half. Heavy forecheck from the Panthers. Forces a turnover, and Anton Lundell capitalizes. Puts it home, and we have a one-goal hockey game. A great hit on the forecheck by Eetu Luostarinen. Knocks around Liljegren. Liljegren ends up turning the puck over, and Florida's back within one. Florida is back within one. Great job there on the forecheck, and it results in a goal. Chew, what's going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Working it now. Toronto has it. Back to their own zone. Passed out by Brody. Over now. McCabe into the offensive end. McCabe ducks the Gudis hit. Dumps it in deep. Bennett tries to work it out. Hey, thank you, Josh. Appreciate that. Thanks for coming by and stopping in. Really awesome to see you, and thank you so much. 8:10 to go here now in the first period. 2-1 hockey game. Tkachuk dumps it deep. Lays a shoulder into one of the Leafs players, and then peels off for a change. Toronto now behind their own nets. TJ Brody. Worked up over the line into the offensive end. No, not really. I'm not rooting for anybody now. I'm just rooting for good, fun hockey games. I don't really care at this point who wins and loses. Around it goes. Lifted. Out of the zone. Kampf gets it in. Here's Kerfoot. Move to the middle. Around it goes. Played now. Stolen here. Matthews, good job breaking in. Nice save by Bobrovsky. That looked like a nothing play, and that Florida was just going to flip it out of the zone, and the next thing you know, Austin Matthews steals it away and gets a good scoring chance. That's a good example. That's a good example of how quickly scoring chances can arise in a hockey game. And, I mean, that was nothing going on, and then all of a sudden, one steal from Matthews, and it's a grade A scoring opportunity. Nice save by Bobrovsky. Yeah, looks like Nyes is shaken up after getting tangled up with Sam Bennett, but he's still on the bench. I think he was just a little shaken up. I don't think Nyes is going to miss any time there. He's still on the bench and looks fine. Taking now Bennett in heavy on the forecheck. He runs McCabe to the boards. Around it goes. I think Toronto ties the series tonight, Josh, just because I want this to be a long series. I want to see as many games between these teams as possible. So I definitely think the Leafs make it 1-1 tonight and even things up. Florida with it now, back out of their zone. 6:15 to go in the first period. Almost turned over, though. Panthers finally get it up ice into the offensive zone. It's Cousins, moves to the middle. High shot, nice save by Samsonov. Rebound chance ripped wide by Forsling. Hey, what's going on, James? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Kaplan, welcome to this chat, and thank you for coming by. Really appreciate it. Alex, welcome in. Trevor, welcome. Thank you for watching. Ikeka, it's great to have you. We got a lot coming into the chat right now. Thank you guys all so much. Here we go. Florida offensive zone in front. Ekblad robbed by Samsonov. Ekblad tried to go upstairs but couldn't get it up fast enough. And Samsonov makes the glove save sliding across. What a stop. Now the Leafs have it back in the offensive zone, but Nylander loses the puck. Achari trying to steal it back. He's all over it on the forecheck. Comes away with possession. Back out to Giordano at the point. Giordano tees one up, looking for traffic in front. It ends up getting blocked and sent out by the Panthers. Jack, what's going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here. We got 5 minutes to go in the first period. 2-1 hockey game. Toronto on top. Matthew Nyes drops it off. Taken by Ryan O'Reilly into the offensive zone. Move back to the middle. Pass doesn't connect, and the Panthers will have a chance to clear. Across now, Nyes gets it back. He's just going to send it deep to the corner, and he'll peel off for a change, as will the rest of his line. Leafs get fresh legs on the ice. McCabe trying to get it through Reinhart. Reinhart's able to dump it past him. Brody's first on it behind the net. Worked around. And now we get some pushing as that one's covered in the glove. Samsonov, and these teams come together. Luostarinen in there. McCabe in there for Toronto. They exchange some pleasantries and then break it up as we'll head to a commercial break. Final commercial break of the first period. Toronto scored the first two. Florida has cut into the lead with a goal of their own. It's 2-1. Late stages of the first period, a lot of hockey left in this one, and still anyone's game. Hey, Tuck, what's going on? Welcome. Thanks for coming by. Good to see you in the chat. Some fun playoff hockey tonight with these two teams. Game one was awesome. This game, a little bit not quite as like wide open end-to-end rushes that we saw. That we saw in game one. The pace is a little bit slower, a little bit more of just a territorial game. But still, the physicality is picked up right where they left off in the first game. And, obviously both teams have scored. We've got 3 goals already in the game. It's been a good period. It's been fun. Big Mac, what is going on? Haven't seen you in forever. Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Really, really appreciate it. Now we got about 4.5 minutes to go here in the opening 20. All right, we're back from the commercial break now, getting ready for this face-off. It will be in the Toronto end. Panthers trying to build some momentum here as this period goes along. It wasn't a great start for them, but they've started to get it going here as we've gotten later into this period, and obviously that goal really helps. Hey, what's going on, Aries? Welcome in. Thanks for being here. Really appreciate it. Brought out now to the middle. O'Reilly can't get the pass cleanly through. Still possession for the Leafs, though, as they set back up in the offensive end. McCabe's shot from the point gets kicked away. Florida still can't get it out. Worked around Achari. Nyes comes in on the forecheck, lays a hit. Florida gets the puck, though, and they'll move it up. Slowly but methodically out of the zone. They'll get a much-needed line change. Riley's back to play it for Toronto. 100% Dork, what's going on? Thanks for coming by. Good to see you in the chat. Move to the middle. Bunting has it. Passes back for Riley. Gains the red line and dumps it in. Behind the net now with 3:15 to go. Leafs have it back in the attacking zone. Out high to Shen. Shen with a shot through traffic. Just goes wide. Florida not able to clear. Here's another opportunity. Marner with it. Passes back to Riley. Back to Marner into the middle. Turned over to Duclair. And Florida's going to lift this one up and all the way down. Rolls on edge. Is it going to be icing? Yes, it reaches. And 2:56 to go in the first period. Icing call here against the Panthers, and Toronto gets an offensive zone faceoff. No, I was pretty mad, Tuck. I don't know if I was as mad. I mean, I don't remember it as clearly, but I was definitely very mad when they lost in 2019 too. 2:40 to go now as the Leafs carry it out of their zone, up and right back to the Panthers' end. They have more than twice as many shots here in this period than Florida has. 16-7 in favor of the Leafs. Taken back. Toronto still with possession, working it around. They'll get a line change. What's going on, Matt? Welcome. M. Bossy, welcome in. Thank you for coming by. Good to see everyone in the chat tonight as Florida sends that back into the Toronto zone, and it will once again be icing. Play whistle down again. Offensive zone face-off. Toronto here trying to extend the lead back to 2, but they got the fourth line on the ice. Kampf against Reinhart in the dot. Now Mark Stahl and Lafferty have a little bit of an exchange here as the linesmen don't drop the puck. Referee's going to talk to both of them. Chris Rooney has something to say. And once again, the linesman doesn't like the puck drop, and they're going to redo it. So they're going to try again now at this face-off dot. And it's one back as Kerfoot came in for Kampf. Leafs get possession. Riley works it down low, looking for a play out in front. Has to go back to the point with it. Moved across. Kampf sends it deep. Ends up in the corner. Lindell's first on it. We tick under 2 minutes to go. What's going on, Drew? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Awesome to have you. Stahl gets it in his own zone. Takes it from Lafferty. Works it up the wall. And Florida is able to clear as Kerfoot goes back to get it for Toronto. Play continues. He'll carry it up ice. Gains through the neutral zone and then ices the puck himself. Doesn't gain the red line, and Achari wasn't able to get a piece of it apparently. Linesman calls icing. It really doesn't matter a whole lot to me, Matt. at this point. My team's out, so I'm just hoping for good hockey that's fun to watch. So offensive zone draw now for Florida, trying to tie this game with 1.5 minutes to go in the first period. And once again, linesman not dropping the puck and guys coming into the circle and delaying everything. No, I did not stream game 1. I'm only doing like 1 or 2 games a week now, so this is the first game of the second round that I've streamed. I did watch game 1 though. It was a very fun game. It was a very fun first game, but I didn't stream it. 1:18 to go now in the first period. Another icing call here. Boy, play has gotten really, really choppy here the last few minutes. There must be, what, 4 or 5 icing calls now in the last 3 minutes of gameplay? Like, just get really slowing down and getting very choppy. I think both of these teams just kind of want to get to the locker room. Leafs win it back, trying to break out of their zone. We're finally down to 1:05 to go in this period. It's lifted out, neutral ice, Kerfoot backhands it up. Florida sends it back out to the neutral zone. Played again. Taken across, McCabe finally gains the zone for the Leafs. Works it down. Heavy in on the forecheck, around up the boards, moved to the middle. There's Cousins over the red line. Florida dumps it in. Kachuk coming in heavy on the forecheck, lays a hit on McCabe, but McCabe moves the puck up. Leafs have it now, neutral zone, pass a little offline for Bunting. Florida is going to take it back with 27 seconds to go. Here's Nick Cousins over the red line, over the blue line, into the offensive zone. Gets a pass over, shot there, big save by Samsonov on Kachuk. Wow, what a stop there, golden opportunity for Matthew Kachuk, but Samsonov's able to make the save with 18.7 remaining. Ozone draw for Florida on the way. Hey, what's going on? Barry, welcome in. Nick, welcome in. Thank you for watching. Great to have you guys in the chat. Off the face-off now. Toronto's able to clear it out of their zone. We're into the final 10 seconds of the first period. Matthews not able to muscle through 2 defenders. It's played now to Tavares. Final seconds. Shot gets blocked. Leafs going to run out of time. That one just sent wide with about a second to go. It would have counted, but it was wide of the goal. And that is how we will end period number 1. Toronto 2-1 over Florida. 20 minutes of hockey played. Still 40 minutes of game to go. And they outshoot the Panthers 16-9 in that first period. Overall, got to be pretty happy with that first if you're the Leafs. You come out of it with a lead. You got up early. You know that you need this win on home ice, and through 20 minutes, you're in a pretty decent spot. So that is the end of 1. We'll see what happens coming up in the second period, but we've got some time now to hang out and chill in the chat while we wait for that second to begin. Once again, very, very much appreciate all of you guys being here. Thank you so much for watching. Please, it does mean a lot if you can hit the thumbs up button and subscribe if you haven't yet. I cover the entire NHL here, so fans of all teams are welcome and wanted. And we're just trying to build a hockey community where everybody can come together, enjoy hockey, and have some fun. What's going on, Sherry? Welcome in. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for stopping by. I think, yeah, don't think anyone else is new. Appreciate all of you guys. So, pretty good first period there. Really, I don't know, slowed down quite a bit those last few minutes. I you know, got a little choppy there with all the icings at the end, but we'll see if things open up a little bit more in the second. Overall, pretty solid period, very physical, and some goals in the back of the net. Yeah, Wrist Rider, what's going on? Welcome in. I mean, they've certainly played a lot better than you would expect a wild card 2 team to play, but that's playoff hockey. That's what happens. Some teams get hot at the right time, other teams go cold at the wrong time, and that's the epitome of playoff hockey right there. Seeding, in all honesty, seeding really doesn't mean a whole lot. It really doesn't. Especially, like, we've seen so many road wins in these playoffs. Home ice isn't even an advantage in these playoffs. Road teams are winning just as much as home teams. It's all about who's playing the best right now, and seeding and home ice and all of that really doesn't mean much. I mean, Florida's defense is doing what they need to do in these playoffs so far. It's certainly not the best decor on paper in the league, but they've won to this point. That's all that matters. They've won, so they're doing what they need to do to play winning playoff hockey, and what the defense gives up, they're scoring a boatload of goals, so the offense is making up for it when the defense does give something up. No beer tonight, Fender. This is a brisk iced tea. No beer tonight. Hey, thank you, Jamie. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be doing games throughout the rest of the postseason here and there. I'm not going to be doing like every night or anything, but I'll be doing games the whole rest of the way as these playoffs go along. Just trying to enjoy some hockey. Yeah, Kraken are another great example, Wrist Rider. I mean, Seattle wild card team has come out and has played awesome. They upset the Avalanche. They got a 1-0 lead over the Stars now. Like, Kraken are on fire right now. Absolutely, Barry. Absolutely. Absolutely, Donna. This has been honestly one of the more fun playoffs that I can remember in recent years. I don't know why specifically. It was like, I don't know what specifically is making me feel that way about this year's playoffs, but I feel like I've enjoyed these playoffs so far more than any of the last probably 2 or 3 years. And we'll see if I feel that way, all the way through as we get deeper into it. But so far, I've thoroughly been happy with the quality of entertainment level and fun that these series have provided. Yeah. Carp, I agree. It's definitely been my favorite playoffs of the last, like I said, probably at least 3 years. Yeah, I followed along with the scores and stuff underwater. I didn't go to any games or anything, but I followed along. Providence lost both games at home, but then won on the road. I think it was last night. Yeah, last night they won on the road. So, 2-1 series now with the Wolfpack in front. We'll see. We'll see. Providence has to win again, or if Hartford wins the next game, that series is over because it's best of 5. But again, we're here at the intermission. Coming up later, Seattle and Dallas play Game 2 of their series, cracking up 1-0 in that after a overtime win. And in Game number 1, they got the job done, was able to steal a game in Dallas, but that series is obviously far from over as well. If we learned anything in the first round, it's that winning Game 1 does not win you a series, because there were a lot of teams in the first round who won Game 1 that did not win the series. Boston won Game 1, did not win the series. Tampa won Game 1, did not win the series. The Rangers won Game 1, did not win the series. Winnipeg won Game 1, did not win the series. Minnesota won Game 1, did not win the series. I mean, it was all over the first round. The teams that won the first game, it meant nothing. It's all about who plays the best late in the series, games 5, 6, and 7, when it really counts. Yeah, I would imagine that Tampa would be able to send, guys on two-way contracts down, or guys that guys that weren't like really full-time. Like, I would assume like I would think Radish would be able to get sent back down. I would think, maybe Perbix would be able to get sent back down. I mean, obviously they're not going to be sending, like veteran NHLers down there, but some of the younger guys I feel like are probably able to get sent down for Syracuse to use in the... Well, I guess not. I mean, Perbix is still on the roster. Radish is still on the roster for Tampa. I wonder if they were like out of options to send them back down or something. I'd have to look more deeply into that. Oh, Perbix spent pretty much the entire year on Tampa's roster. That's why they can't just send him down. Never mind. He only played 2 AHL games this year. I thought he was down more than that. But he was up for most of the year, or pretty much all of the year. So Perbix probably can't go down. Let's see. Darren Radish. He's a little bit older. He did play 50 games in the AHL this year, though. I feel like Radish probably could get sent down. He played a majority of the season in the AHL. I feel like he probably could, but I don't know for sure. They don't really have anybody else to send because they didn't have a lot of young players on their roster. Like, their forward group doesn't have anybody, I don't think, that's eligible to be sent down and play in the AHL playoffs. So I really think that Radish would be the only one. It's not an advantage at all, John. Road teams are doing phenomenally well so far in these playoffs. There's been a lot of road wins in this postseason. What's going on, Jerry? Welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. It's great to see you in the chat. Really appreciate you coming by. Juddy Sports, what's going on? Welcome in. Awesome to have you here. Wow, is he really? That's sick. Wow, HTH is going to be on the NHL YouTube in the second period. That is unbelievable. Wow. Good for John. What an absolute legend. Yeah, it is nice to see them starting to realize that there's a whole YouTube community of hockey fans and hockey content creators. That is phenomenal. I have not watched any Celtics games, Carp. No, I don't watch basketball at all. No, I don't think Montreal has much of a shot to make the playoffs next year. I really don't. I mean, Ottawa, Detroit, Buffalo are all way ahead of where Montreal's at right now. Much better chance of the Sabres, Senators, or Red Wings making it than the Canadians. Unless something wild happens this offseason. I mean, maybe if Montreal gets Bedard and is able to trade for like another like superstar level player, but unless something like that happens, I don't see it. Oh, I'm sure they were going crazy, Yoshi Bros. I'm sure they're going crazy, and I bet it's going to get even crazier the deeper into the playoffs they go. Like, if that's what they do after winning a round, imagine what would happen if they actually won the cup. How absolutely insane that would be. Yeah, Chew, it was nuts. It was 100% nuts. I've never had a chat or a stream with that many people before. Just crazy. But it was awesome. Like despite, that the game not being awesome in my favor, the stream itself was awesome. All right. Hopefully we should be dropping the puck here on period number 2 pretty soon. Think we've had a long enough break. It's time to get back into the action. I have no idea, Rob. I mean, I know that it was crazy. I don't know if it was necessarily destructive. I mean, I just don't know. Personally, I'm not from around there, but I know that it was definitely a wild party. Oh, I know, I know it was Chew. I know it definitely was to my favor. All right, I believe this is the last commercial break before we drop the puck on the second. So we'll be getting back into this very shortly. Hey, thank you, Jerry. Glad that you like it. That you liked it. Thank you. No, Chew. It is not over. Series are never over until a team gets 4 wins. I mean, the Rangers did the exact same thing last round. They went into New Jersey, won both of the first 2 games, got out 2-0, and ended up losing in 7. So nothing is over until a team gets 4 wins. Malika, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Good to have you in the chat. We are getting ready to drop the puck on period 2. Toronto's got the 2-1 lead. Both of their goals came pretty early on. Florida was able to cut into that lead in the latter half of the opening period. And that's where we sit right now as we get ready to see what happens in the second. It's truly the best, Chew. It's truly the best. Oh, I agree, Jamie. I said that during the Game 7 stream. Said I never want the President's Trophy again. I would rather squeak into the playoffs as an 8 seed, or I guess it'd be a wild card 2 now. I'd rather squeak into the playoffs as a wild card team than ever get the President's Trophy again. All right, finally done with these dumb commercials, and we're going to get back into hockey here. So, teams are out on the ice, getting quick lap in to warm up and get ready for period 2. We'll see pretty high scoring first with 3 goals. We'll see if that continues or if these teams lock it down. We are underway. Toronto wins the opening faceoff, and they ice the puck. Oh, boy. I was really hoping for a little bit more run and gun in this second period because parts of that first period really got slow and choppy, especially towards the end. And we are starting this second with an icing call right off of the faceoff. More slow and choppy to start here. Taken up now. Leafs have it out of their zone. Florida trying to carry it back in. Here's Duclair. Drop back for Barkov. Shoots. And he scores! Just like that! Sasha Barkov goes low glove side on Samsonov. And we have ourselves a tie game as the Panthers make it 2-2. Just 19 seconds in. Wow. Talk about a quick start for Florida. 19 seconds into the period, they tie it back up as Barkov rips one by Samsonov. What a shot there. Whew. That was a quick one here for the Panthers, and now we are tied. All even. This is honestly going pretty similar in the score regard to how game 1 went. In game number 1, Florida got out to a 2-0 lead. Toronto came back and tied it 2-2. And then Florida went back up by 2 and won the game 4-2. In this game, Toronto got out to a 2-2 lead. Or, excuse me, a 2-goal lead, a 2-0 lead. Now, Florida's come back to tie it 2-2. We'll see if Toronto can win it 4-2 and come back with the 2 goals themselves. So, let's see if it follows the same pattern as game 1. Leafs take it now. They're up. Not able to get it out of the zone. Luostarinen keeps it in with the help from Lundell. Worked back now. Moved into the middle. Forsling shoots. And Forsling scores! Another quick goal! And it's not going to follow the same pattern as game one. The Panthers, with 3 straight, take the lead for the first time in this game, and they are up 3-2 now early in the second. Boy, oh boy, this is a disastrous start for Toronto to the period. After they dominated the early part of the first period, they have come out the exact opposite way here in the second. And just like that, Florida has a lead. Wow. 2 goals in 47 seconds. Barkov and then Forsling, and the Panthers are up. And now Florida ices the puck from their own zone. We'll get a whistle and a face-off back in their end. Toronto's going to try and settle things down a little bit here. See what the Leafs can do with this attacking zone face-off coming up. But this is not the second period that they wanted, that's for sure. Yo, Dono hype for John, dropping a 20 on the stream. Thank you so much, John. That is awesome. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much for the support. Let's get that hype for John, everybody. What a legend. Montour with a shot now. Samsonov with the save. Lindell's shot attempt gets blocked. And the net ends up getting knocked off its pegs. So the Leafs couldn't win the face-off and keep it in the offensive zone. Florida comes down the other way and gets a great opportunity. Now Montour and Tavares have a little bit of an exchange. But we'll have the face-off coming up, I believe, in the Leafs' end. What's going on, Rick? Great to have you in the chat. Thank you for watching. Honestly, I'm not sure if I said hello to you yet tonight. I kind of lost track a little. Bon, what's going on? Welcome in. Florida just scored 2 goals in 47 seconds to open up the second period. Behind the net now. Stahl gets crunched. Trying to dig this puck out. Liljegren outmuscles him. Trying to cycle it around. Panthers, good job supporting. White back to Gudas. Shot attempt just goes wide. Played now. Panthers back in the offensive zone, pouring on some more pressure. Gudas with a shot. That's deflected. Goes off boards. Behind now. Taken Giordano. Over to Liljegren. Liljegren has trouble with it off a broken stick, but does get it up and out of the zone. Here's Lafferty. Offensive end for the Leafs. They're trying to work it around. Good job there by Barkov. And Florida ices it all the way down. Boy, Florida, definitely a different start for Florida here in the second than how they started the game. And they have just pounced on opportunities to take this lead. This Panthers team is phenomenal at taking advantage of the chances that they get. They've been doing it all playoffs long. They did it in the Boston series. They've done it here. Like, if you give this Panthers team an inch, they take a mile. And they pounce on every opportunity they get. Around it goes. Florida trying to get back into the offensive end. Hey, what's going on, Daniel? Welcome. Thanks so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Always great to see you in the chat. Florida coming back the other way. There's Bennett. He gets knocked down by Achari. And down behind the net, Samsonov sends it up the wall. Move to the middle. Kachuk takes a hit, gets it to Cousins. Cousins with it, and on goal, deflected. Stop there with the stick by Samsonov. And now it's Nylander. 16:05 to go in the second. Leafs still look kind of stunned, like they don't know what hit them. Trying to get in now on the forecheck. Florida able to work it up, though. Can't get it out of the zone. Achari against Stahl down low. Good hit. And that's back now. Leafs in their own zone. Also, development here. Matthew Knies is not on the bench for Toronto. So he was shaken up back in the first period. He did continue to play. He took more shifts after that. But Matthew Knies now is not on the bench for the Leafs. Nice save. Samsonov swallows one up. It will be another offensive zone draw for Florida on the way. Absolutely stunned. Crowd is dead quiet. The Leafs have the 1,000-yard stare going. Florida wins the faceoff, but it's back out to the neutral zone. Back down behind the net, played by Morgan Rielly. Toronto trying to get something moving up ice. Rielly gets it out all the way down, and that's another icing call. God, we got to be pushing like 7 or 8 icings in this game already. We're not even halfway through the game. Boy, this doesn't have the wild end-to-end speed that Game 1 of this series did. "15 minutes to go in the second period. Chipped out by Toronto. They clear. Oh, Sam Bennett's awesome, John. He has 7 hits already in this game. We're 5 minutes into the second period. He has 7 hits in this game. As we get a shot there. That one deflects off the post. Great opportunity for the Leafs, but it deflects off the post behind Bobrovsky and won't go. Jared, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Thank you, Jose. Glad that you enjoyed. Thanks for coming by and watching. All the way now, down low. Samsonov gets it to Brody. What's going on, Dan? Welcome in. Matthews sends it across, up into the offensive zone. Drives wide. Shot there. Bobrovsky makes a save. And now we got McCabe exchanging cross-checks there with Stahl after the whistle, but they break up quickly. Yeah, Bennett's incredible. I did a video on him like way back after Game 2 of the Bruins series about what an X factor he is for Florida and how important of a player he is. And I mean, listen, when he plays well, Florida tends to win. If he disappears, that's when things go south. Yeah, Matthew Knies will not return to this game. That is a big loss for Toronto. He's played very well in these playoffs. They're looking good, Jared. I mean, obviously, still a long way to go, but they're looking good. Gloved there by Bobrovsky, covered up. And we are going to, I believe, get our first commercial break of this second period. So, Florida 3-2 now with the lead over Toronto. And we head to our first commercial stoppage of period 2. Leafs don't really look like they know what hit them here. 2 goals early in the second, 47 seconds apart for the Panthers, and they go from down by a goal to up by a goal in the blink of an eye. I mean, Jamie, I think they would love to. I just, from a salary cap standpoint, don't know how they could possibly do it. I mean, without trading away a major contract, I just don't see how they can do it money-wise, because Bertuzzi's going to get a decent deal if he hits the open market. So I would love to have him back. I just, with the money situation, what it is, I don't know how they could pull that off. Mountain, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Great to see you in the chat. I don't know, Austin. I have no idea. I mean, they're in a situation where they have a lot of expiring contracts. They have a lot of players that probably aren't going to be returning, and they don't really have any cap space to work with. So it's going to be a tough offseason. Best player in the game, Jose, like in the NHL, is Connor McDavid. He had over 150 points this year. He's gonna win the MVP probably by a landslide. Excalibur, what's going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Coming back from the commercial, getting ready for this face-off, 3-2 hockey game. Florida up by a goal. Oh, they're tough, Daniel. The no trade and no movement clauses can really come back to bite you. If a contract goes bad as the player gets older, they really come back to bite. Here we go. Leafs have it. Shen up through the neutral zone. Knocked down by Mark Stahl. He goes D to D. And Montour will dump it in for Florida. Out of the net. Samsonov plays it up. Leafs able to clear it. Goes all the way down. Now it's going to be a race for the puck. And it's going to be icing. As Montour beats Bunting. Another icing call in this game. I mean, I haven't counted them, but we've really got to be getting close to 10 icings now. And it will be another offensive zone face-off for Florida. Yes, he's on the Oilers, Jose, yes. And Ekblad with a big step up there. Another hit by Bennett in front of the benches. Kachuk trying to come away with the puck. Leafs have it, though, into the offensive zone. Bunting down low. Matthews knocks against Forsling. Bunting after it. O'Reilly back down low, trying to get it through to Matthews. It ends up in the near side corner. Shen pinches down. Leafs have it in the offensive zone. Steven, what's going on? Welcome in. Toronto trying to wake up here with a good shift in the attacking end. 12:55 now to go in the second. Approaching the halfway point of this game. Yeah, Tuck. They definitely have a target on their back in the playoffs. 100%. Everybody wants to knock out the top team, and very often we see that top team get knocked out. More often than not, early in the playoffs, too. Around it goes now. O'Reilly gets it. Kerfoot. Back to Morgan. Riley up the wall, not out of the zone. Florida keeps it in. What's going on, Zach and Nikki? Welcome in. Thank you so much for coming by. Good to have you in the chat. That one's moved to the middle of the ice, and Kerfoot clears the zone for the Leafs. Played back now to Mahura. 12:07 left in the second period. It's dumped up and in by Reinhart. Florida trying to get in on the forecheck. Played around by Luostarinen. Reinhart. Luostarinen steals behind the net. Back to the point. Montour now comes in by the faceoff. Dot rips a shot wide. Stahl keeps it in on the far side. Back to Montour. Another shot. Samsonov with the save. Big blocker stop there by Ilya Samsonov. Montour was looking for another goal. Around now. Down in the corner. Shen. Up the boards. Move to the middle. White sends it over, and another save by Samsonov. Sharp angle shot down, and White has a chance on the doorstep, but he misses it wide. Florida pouring on pressure here. There's another one that hits the post. Shot was deflected and went off pipe. Finally, Toronto gets it out. Thrown in on Bobrovsky by Tavares. Down low, he takes a hit. Trying to get in on the forecheck. Some help coming from Camp. Round it goes now. Boy, Florida, 3 shots on goal there in that last little sequence, and almost making it 4-2. Back out now. Eric Stahl will gain the red line and dump it in. Played in the corner. Taken by Brody up the boards. Chipped out to the neutral zone. Gudis first on it in his own end. Sends it back the other way. And it goes wide. Icing. Verhaeghe not able to win the race. And icing call against the Panthers now with 10:23 left in the period. Hey, Florida's doing the same thing to the Leafs that they did to the Bruins. They're forcing turnovers. They're relentless on the forecheck, and when they do get those turnovers, they're capitalizing on the opponent's mistakes. I mean, this is like textbook what the Panthers did to the Bruins, and now they're doing it to the Leafs. The forecheck is absolutely relentless. It's physical. They force a lot of turnovers. The other team starts giving the puck away. And next thing you know, Florida's capitalizing on those chances, which, as I said earlier in the period, is one of the best things that they do is capitalize on chances. Worked it out now. 10 minutes to go in the second. Trying to play it around. Worked in front. And that's sent back out. Played there by Brody. Leafs back in their own zone. Chuck dumps it in. Back to get it Liljegren. Own zone. 9.5 to go in the second period. We've passed the halfway mark. It's played up by Tavares into the offensive zone. Takes it to the corner. Cycles it around to the far side. Trying to move it here. Liljegren for Toronto. Leafs have it offensive end. Finally getting some sustained attacking zone time. Nylander back out in front. Oh, Bobrovsky gets a piece of it. And then it goes off the pipe and out. Great chance there for Toronto to tie it, but they just couldn't get it home. Bobrovsky got a piece. Great save for him, and Florida now back the other way. It's Luostarinen. Luostarinen spins back out to the point. Long shot. Redirected. Stop again. Samsonov twice with the pad. Florida gets it right back, though, as they steal the puck. Once again, forcing a Toronto turnover. Leafs don't get it out of their zone. Now on the next opportunity, they will. It's Nylander. He'll dump it all the way down. Stahl takes it back for the Panthers. 8.5 left here in the second period. White gets crunched by Achari. Moved over now to Shen. Hey, DMV, what's going on? Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Moved up all the way down. Out in front there. Bouncing right off the outside of the goal. Kerfoot couldn't tuck it. Long shot again. Knocked down in front. Pile of bodies. Florida gets to it first, and Dalpe will clear it out. Leafs have to regroup in their own zone. They're quickly back up into the offensive end. Lafferty with it, but they're going to be offside, so he's got to peel back. 7.5 now to go in the second. Played up and out. All the way down. Taken past Gudis. He'll take the puck from Bobrovsky, and the Panthers come back up the other way as they'll dump it in around behind the net. Forecheck coming from Barkov and Duclair. Leafs able to steal it away. Matthews carries out. Can't carry it through the neutral zone with clean possession, though. Now Liljegren on the D-to-D pass. Back up for Matthews. Past him, dumped into the offensive end. Bobrovsky out to play it to Forsling. Forsling up the wall. That's lifted back out. Bennett knocks it down, then falls down. Marner's going to take the puck. 6:40 to go here in the second period. Little bit faster moving second period here than the first. Moved around. Riley goes D to D with it. Getting it back. Taken Forsling for Florida. Up over the red line. Dumped into the offensive end. 6:20 to go. Back the other way. Moved across. Florida out in front. Chance there. Nice job defensively by Mahura breaking that up. Nylander would have had a great chance on the doorstep. Out to Kerfoot. Can't get the shot cleanly through. Toronto still has an offensive zone. Back to the point. 5:55 to go here in the second period. Long shot through traffic. And that one just goes wide and off the outside of the goal. We got a Panthers player down. And I believe Mahura might have taken that shot off the face. He is dripping blood. And I think that puck on the way through hit Josh Mahura up in the face. And he's going to go to the locker room there. Or was it a stick? I thought it was the shot, but... No, I think it's the shot that gets... I think it... Nylander shoots the puck. And it... Yeah, that Nylander shoots the puck and it hits Mahura right in the face. Right in his cheek. Right in his cheek. Yeah, no, the officials are talking about it, but it wasn't a stick. It was the shot from Nylander that caught him right in the cheek. Yeah, I mean, that definitely wasn't anyone's stick. That was a shot right to the side of the face. That I imagine definitely hurt. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he broke, it might have broken his cheekbone. I mean, I don't want to speculate on injuries because I mean, we don't know yet. All we know is that he was bleeding and went to the locker room. But that was a shot square to the cheek. Not fun. Definitely not fun. .547 to go here in the second. Referee's still trying to sort things out. And we're going to head to a commercial break here. So... Yeah, I mean, certainly not the first time we've seen somebody take a puck to the face. I mean, it's hockey. It happens decently often, but usually it's a deflected puck. It's not usually a clean, hard shot like that. I mean, that puck did not hit anything. It was just ripped a little bit high and wide by Nylander, and Mahura was coming around the net at just the wrong time. He didn't even have any idea that the puck was coming, and it caught him right in the cheek. But hopefully he's able to come back. And once they get that bleeding stopped, I'm sure they'll take a look at it and decide if he can come back or not. I mean, we've seen guys come back from injuries like that, and some other guys can't. You know, if he broke his face or his orbital bone or his cheekbone, anything like that, he probably won't be back. But if he didn't, then he might just get stitched up and be back out there for the third. Yes, I played hockey, Austin. I mean, I never got seriously hurt playing. I obviously had bumps and bruises and blocked shots and things like that, but I never got seriously hurt. What's going on, Nick? Welcome in. Sal, what's up, buddy? Welcome from Behind the Arc Basketball. Awesome to see you there. Really, really appreciate you coming by. Sal does great basketball streams on his channel covering NBA and college. All right, we're back now. It will be an offensive zone face-off for Toronto. They're still looking to tie this game. And oh, that does not sound fun as Shara. That does not sound fun. Cap, what is going on? Welcome in. I'm doing pretty well. NHL Shorts, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Good to see you guys all in the chat tonight. Riley gets knocked there by Mark Stahl. Riley goes back and gives him a cross-check. Wasn't a fan of that hit. And now Panthers back into the offensive zone. It's for Hagee coming through, and he goes down on the way. Wasn't able to get a shot off. 5:10 to go now here in the second. Marner dumps it in. Leafs trying to get on the attack. Bennett throws a shoulder into Bunting, but Matthews takes the puck. Worked out high to Brody. TJ Brody passes it off to the wing. Now to the middle. Matthews can't get his shot off, but he was slashed. We've got a penalty call coming up. Delayed penalty here against Florida. Under 5 minutes to go in the second period. Nylander with it now. Over the line into the offensive zone. Passes off. Back to Nylander down low. Looking for a play out in front. It gets stolen, though, by Florida. They knock it down. Now we got some more going after the whistle as Ryan O'Reilly and Matthew Tkachuk get into it. And O'Reilly goes at Tkachuk there. Tkachuk has no problem giving it right back to him. And the linesmen have to jump in and separate those two. So things getting a little bit feistier here as this game goes along. And it looks like the penalty is actually not for a slash against Matthews. No, Matthews just fanned on the shot. It was in front of the net. Sam Bennett got the stick up and knocked down one of the Leafs in front of the net. And that is going to put Toronto on the power play. That is going to put Toronto on the power play here late in the second. We head to our final commercial break of period 2. And what an opportunity for the Leafs to try and tie this game. They have not had a great second period overall. They now find themselves down in the game. They can tie it right back up with this power play opportunity. So, thank you guys again all for being here. Really appreciate it. Shannon, welcome in. Thank you for watching. Good to have everybody in the chat tonight. Please don't forget, it really, really helps a lot if you can hit that thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. I cover the entire NHL. Fans of all teams are welcome and wanted here. Just trying to build a hockey community where everybody can come together, enjoy hockey, have some fun. We got a good game going between Florida and Toronto here in Game 2. Panthers lead the series 1-0, and they lead this game 3-2 as of right now. I haven't done landscaping since last year, Cap. Wow, so Bennett with a... Bennett with a stick up high to the side of the head of Michael Bunting there. And Bunting was not happy. He caught that stick right in the back of the neck from Bennett. There's a big opportunity now for Toronto on the power play. What's going on, Dan? I said hi to you probably like when you first came in, like 15, 20 minutes ago. So Toronto now off the draw. Can't keep it in. The puck hops over Riley's stick. So it's a cross-checking call to Bennett. Played up now over the red line into the offensive zone. Marner. Oh, no worries, Dan. No worries. Thanks for coming by. Good to have you here. Brought up now over the line into the offensive zone. Down in the corner. Played by Matthews. He gets around Ekblad, but not Forsling. Ekblad takes it back behind his own net. Now will backhand it up and out to neutral ice. Hey, that's awesome, Shannon. That's really cool. 1:15 to go on the power play. Welcome back, Bolts and Caps fan. Toronto back in on the attack. Move to the middle. Can't get the pass through to Matthews. It's stolen, and the Panthers clear it down. Good job on this penalty kill so far for Florida. It's half over. 1 minute left on the power play. 3.5 minutes to go in the second period. Riley's going to skate it up ice. Gains the red line. Looks for the back pass. Drops it off. It's over now to Marner. Marner drops it back for Matthews into the offensive zone. Nylander cycles it around. Moved back out to Nylander, top of the circle by the faceoff dot shot there. Rebound chance, just backhanded wide. Moved across, kicked away. Nylander has it. Oh, long shot there, gets blocked. 22 seconds left on this power play. Nylander again down low for Tavares to Nylander on the half wall. Moved across, shot there. Matthews gets robbed by Bobrovsky, who gets it with the blocker. Panthers trying to come away with the puck. Lusterinen getting pressured. Final 5 seconds of the penalty. It's out to the neutral zone, and that is going to do it. Bennett's out of the penalty box. Power play is over. It remains 3-2 Panthers. Back with it now. Giordano trying to carry out of his zone. Passes it back across. Liljegren gets hit by Bennett. Giordano gets hit by Tkachuk, and Cousins comes away with the puck. Here's that relentless forecheck from Florida again. Alejandro, what's going on? Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. And we get a puck up and out of play there. Another stoppage. And game still 3-2. Hey, Clay, what is going on? Welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. It's great to see you here. Really appreciate it. Everybody, we've got a legend in the chat. Canuck Clay stopping by. Great YouTuber in his own right. Vancouver Canucks fan. Awesome to have you in the chat tonight. Thank you so much. Lifted out now. Toronto clears out of their zone. Rolls in on Bobrovsky, and he's got to cover it up as Lafferty chases in. It will lead to an offensive zone face-off now for the Maple Leafs. Golden Knights, welcome in. Eternal Render, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. I've never been to an NHL playoff game, Cap. I have been to AHL playoff games. I've been to college hockey tournament games, but I have not been to an NHL playoff game. Around it goes, wrapped there. Bobrovsky holds the post. Panthers get to the loose puck and they clear it out. Yeah, I know, Bolts and Caps fan. That's awesome. What a great opportunity there for John. Absolutely fantastic for HTH. Love to see it. And I'll go back and watch the replay later, hopefully. Lifted up now and out. Played there. 1:19 left in the period. Verhaeghe moved to the middle. Dumped into the offensive end by Lindell. Florida's back on the attack. They would love to extend the lead to 2 if they could before this intermission. Reinhart can't backhand it. O'Reilly gets it to Shen. Shen passes up and out of the zone. Lafferty takes the hit. He and Lusterinen come together. O'Reilly trying to get this puck away. Pops back now to Brody, who goes D to D with it. Gets it right back. No, he did not, Jamie. No. 45 seconds now to go in the second. Leafs up through the neutral zone. And that's sent back by Florida. Brody's got to chase into his own end. 30 seconds to go in the period. Leafs still out shooting the Panthers, but they're down where it counts by a goal on the scoreboard. Toronto trying to change that. Marner's pass to the middle, stolen by Cousins. Cousins goes off a skate with it. Second chance the Panthers do get it out. Moved back. Florida takes it now through the neutral zone. Here's Bennett into the offensive end. He rips a shot that's deflected off his skate and hits glass. Final seconds here. One more opportunity for Florida. And Tkachuk gets tripped down before he could get a shot off. Penalty coming to Austin Matthews for tripping. And Florida is going to start the third period on a power play. Penalty here right at the end of the period for tripping. And it actually wasn't Matthews that really tripped him. It was more Marner. They both had their sticks in there, but I think it was actually Marner that tripped him. Either way, Florida will be on the power play to start the third. The second period has come to a close. 40 minutes down, 20 minutes of hockey to go, and the Panthers lead by 1, 3-2, trying to take a 2-0 series lead. So we head to the break here, and we're gonna have some time to hang out in the chat while we wait for the third. Thank you guys all again for watching. Great to see you in the chat. Avi, what is going on? Welcome in. Great to see you here. Thanks for coming by. Crispy, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Yeah, Jamie, I had to make it funny somehow because nothing that was happening on the ice was funny. So I had to add something to it there. I don't know underwater. I feel like they just stopped making content. I really don't know. But you're right. I mean, no one's heard from them in a long time. Yeah, absolutely, Avi. Absolutely. So we've made it to the second intermission here, boy. What a difference. It was 2-1 Toronto at the end of the first period. Now it's 3-2 Florida at the end of the second. This game has definitely switched up a little bit, but hey, it could always switch back for the third. That's the great thing about hockey is you never really know what's coming, and you never know what's next. Finals matchup prediction. Take this with a grain of salt because my predictions are usually wrong, but I'm going to say Vegas versus Carolina. I'm going to say Vegas, Carolina, but again, take that with a grain of salt. Perlo, what is going on, man? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Awesome to have you in the chat. Much appreciated. We're here at the second intermission. Power play for Florida to start the third and a chance to extend the lead. Pretty much any matchup at this point is possible. These second round series are just getting started, so any matchup at this point is a possibility. But you know, we'll see what ends up happening. I think Dallas has a real shot. I think Vegas has a real shot. Kraken continue to surprise, so you can't really count them out. Although going to the Cup would be definitely a surprise, but you don't want to count them out. The Oilers, I feel like if the Oilers can at any point get some goaltending, they've got a chance. We know the Oilers can score a ton of goals. It's going to come down, can they keep the puck out? I think Carolina's the most defensive, tight knit team left in the playoffs in general, and certainly in the Eastern Conference. I think Carolina's got the best overall structure of the Eastern teams remaining, but Florida continues to impress as we're now 2 games into round 2, and look at what Florida's doing. I mean, the Devils are a young team with a lot of talent that showed in round 1 that they're not going to give up on a series. So it's so hard to say right now. Every team is here for a reason. Every team is, won in the first round because they played better and won it. So it's hard to say what's going to happen as these teams start to face off against each other. Yeah, I mean, Scott, I could absolutely see it. And Florida's doing the same things already against Toronto that made them so successful against the Bruins. They're heavy on the forecheck. They force a lot of turnovers, and they take advantage of the opportunities that they get. Like, they force the opponent to turn the puck over, and then they don't just force them to turn the puck over, but they take those turnovers and go and bury them in the back of the net. And, it's one thing to force turnovers, but if you have no finish, it doesn't really end up mattering. The thing that Florida does well is they take the puck away from you, they force you to turn it over, and then they bury the chance when they get it. And they score a lot of goals that way, and they've done the same thing tonight against Toronto. That they did against Boston to end up coming out of that series on top. The forecheck and the forcing of turnovers for Florida is just unreal. And if they continue to play that way and continue to be able to do that, they're going to be a really tough team to beat. It is wide open, Avi. I mean, like all the like heavy favorites for the most part are out. Like, everyone left hasn't won a cup either ever or in a pretty, significant amount of time. The most recent cup winner even left in these playoffs is Carolina, and they won it back in 2006, which, I mean, is almost 20 years ago now. That's, 17 years now? So, it's not like there's a Tampa who's won recently, or it's not like Colorado's left, or a team like Pittsburgh or Washington who's won fairly recently, even though it's been a few years now. Like there's nobody that's won recently left, so it feels very wide open. Oh yeah, Matthew Kachuk is on just absolutely one of the best. Scott, he's a 100-point player who also brings the physical side of the game in a way that 100-point players don't normally bring physically. Like he's absolutely the best power forward in hockey right now, and he's probably one of the best overall players in hockey, right? Like, without a doubt, he's top 10. I think there's a real good chance he's top 5 as far as players right now. Just what he brings to the table from not just a scoring standpoint, but from the other parts of hockey as well. I mean, 100-point players normally are not physical like Matthew Kachuk is. He is a legitimate power forward. And you don't see a lot of players like that in hockey, and he's unbelievable. All right, so let's see. Hopefully we're starting this third period relatively soon. Looks like we got about 8 minutes still of intermission. All right, my iced tea is gone, so I'm going to go grab another one. I'm also going to run to the bathroom real quick, so don't go anywhere, guys. I'll be back very shortly. I'll only be gone a minute or so. We're going to have third period action coming up. Florida trying to steal both games 1 and 2 in Toronto, trying to hold this lead in the third. Obviously, the Leafs are going to be looking for a big comeback here. They have had a good number of comebacks already in these playoffs against Tampa, especially in that first round. So the Leafs could come back. This game is not over. It should be a fun third. I'll be right back. All right, everybody, I am back. Hopefully I wasn't gone too long. Got my iced tea ready, cracked, and we've got third period hockey coming up. Oh yeah, no, he is a relentless, high effort player, Scott. No doubt about it. Yeah, no, I love the Kachuk brothers. I loved their dad when he played. Um, Keith Kachuk was awesome back when he played. You know, he was in the league when I was much younger, but I remember him being on the Blues and stuff. And I was a big Keith Kachuk fan. I love Brady and Matthew. Big, physical, power forwards with a lot of offensive upside. Real fun hockey players to watch. Hey, Eric, what is going on? Welcome in, Eric. Thanks for stopping by. Few minutes left here in the break, and then we'll be dropping the puck. Let's see what Florida can do with this power play. Well, they haven't had to be the dominant players, Scott. Like Barkov's got a goal in this game. Barkov had a beautiful shot to score in this game. They haven't had to be the dominant players. Like the Tkachuk line has taken over as their dominant forward line, and Montour is getting all the attention as far as defensemen go. Now Ekblad has actually been very solid. He's just not really point producing. But Montour's been putting all the pucks in the net. So Ekblad's kind of sat back and played more of a defensive role. But he's still... I'm pretty sure Ekblad's a heavy plus player in these playoffs. Like he's just, taking on more defensive responsibility and letting Montour be the guy that racks up the points. And that kind of has taken some pressure off of Ekblad, which I think is good for him. Yeah, Ekblad only has 1 point in the playoffs, but he's a +7. Like he's playing 23 minutes a night. He's been really solid defensively, and he's kind of letting Montour be the guy that does the offensive side of things. And Gustav Forsling as well has taken a little bit more offense into in these playoffs, more of an offensive role in these playoffs. With Forsling has a goal tonight. He's got 4 points now in the playoffs, counting this game. So I just think they're not playing bad. I think just other guys have kind of taken over as the pop off the screen dominant players. And they're just kind of, kind of laying low and doing their thing. Yeah, we'll see, Blair. I mean, there's still 20 minutes of hockey to be played. Game's far from over, but we'll see what the Leafs can do. Big third period coming up for them. Oh, 100% underwater. 100%. If Florida gets a quick goal, Florida, underwater, they're like the crowd's gonna be dead. Not here, Barry. They're not here every night. I see them like once or twice a week. And the Bruins are out, so they're probably not going to come for streams anymore because they don't watch any other teams. So Hey, thank you, Mr. Vitz. Really appreciate it. Awesome to have you here. We're getting ready to drop the puck on the third period. I mean, stylistically, Jamie, yeah, they're power forwards. They stylistically, that's Tkachuk's kind of game. All right, here we go. Puck is dropped. Third period has begun. And Florida's on the power play. Matthew Tkachuk has put the team on the man advantage here with the drawing the tripping call against Toronto right at the end of that second period. So we'll see what happens. But that one's turned over. It's taken by Kampf. Shoots it high off glass on the deflection. And it's worked around now. Played by Bennett. Back with it, Montour. Brandon Montour. 6 goals already for him in the playoffs. Just, he's been unbelievable. If they had a Norris Trophy for the postseason, which they don't, but if they had a Norris Trophy for the postseason, Brandon Montour would be your leading candidate for it right now. Montour with it, passes it off. 50 seconds to go on the power play. Dumped in around the boards. Ekblad on the forecheck. Move to the middle, turned over. Here's Verhaeghe with a shot. Big save there by Samsonov. Puck loose in front, and it's cleared back out. Brought up now into the attacking end. Montour spins back, cycles it around. Far side, Panthers setting up. Still 30 seconds to go on the power play. Moved out high, back to Montour. Montour played there, Verhaeghe. Back out, quarterbacking. Verhaeghe gets it back. Montour takes it, looking for a shooting lane. Nothing opens up, passes to Verhaeghe. Stick snaps in half. Montour keeps it in, though. Final 10 seconds of the power play. Around it goes. And Lindell backhands it. Final seconds, shot there, deflected wide. Power play's over. Toronto does kill it. It stays 3-2. Just over 2 minutes into this third. And that one gets covered up there by Samsonov. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. It will be an offensive zone draw for the Panthers. Leafs get the job done on the penalty kill. Florida here, offensive zone, trying to win this draw. Shots are 26-20 in favor of the Leafs. Florida can't get that one through. And that's lifted out. Brought out now over the red line. Dumped into the offensive zone. Taken back by Gudas. Toronto from neutral ice back into the offensive end. Here they are on the rush. Bunting in front through the crease, but it doesn't go. Bunting slid it right through the middle there, but wasn't able to get a deflection off of anything, and it slides right through. Trying to get it back. Gudas steps up. Riley will have to chase into his own end. 17 minutes to go here in the third. Brought out now. Dumped in. Played back the other way by Florida. They come up ice into the offensive zone. Once again, guess what? It's the Bennett, Tkachuk, Cousins line out there. The dominant line of the playoffs here for the Panthers. As Tkachuk pulls it back, Samsonov's got his own guy on top of him. Pile of bodies in front, doesn't let the puck through. Out now, pass to Nylander into the offensive zone. Leafs coming back the other way. Tavares in front. Oh, what a save by Bobrovsky! Sergei Bobrovsky stuffs that one as Tavares tried to score. Leafs back in their own zone now. Still a 3-2 game. 16-10 to go. Islanders, big fan. What's going on? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Back the other way now. Moved up the boards, played there. McCabe moves it through the middle, out of the zone, trying to find Kampf. Pass was a little offline. What's going on, Brian? Welcome in. Really appreciate it. PJ, thank you so much. Awesome to have you in the chat. Glad that you're enjoying. Really, really appreciate that. Brought out now. Gudas knocks it down to the blue line. He's hit, knocked over by Lafferty. Both teams digging for the puck. Barkov gets it loose. Barkov back to Ekblad. Ekblad over to Gudas. 15-15 remaining here in the third period. Panthers still up by a goal. Around it goes. Moved in front. Taken to it. Up. And here's Achari. Achari falls down. Gudis loses his stick. Leafs come back the other way. Long shot in there. Saved by Bobrovsky with the pad. Leafs can't keep it in the attacking zone even though Riley tried. They'll have to carry it back in. Here comes Nylander with speed. Pushed to the outside, and that's taken away by Verhaeghe. Shot attempt gets blocked. Verhaeghe has it. Up the wall it goes. Dalpe. Zach Dalpe gains the red line and backhands it in. Around it goes Riley. Back to Schenn. Schenn's pressured. Off now. Move to the middle. Here's Matthews. Matthews with a shot that gets blocked. Matthews gets it back. Toronto still has an offensive zone. TJ Brody, shot blocked. Back to Matthews, to Brody, over to Marner. Shot again blocked. That was Montour getting the job defensively done. Matthews comes in, sliding. Shot in there. Bobrovsky with the pad save. Can't cover the puck up, though. Matthews with another shot on goal, but he can't beat Bobrovsky. And it's back out to neutral ice. Leafs putting on some pressure here, but the Panthers holding strong. Lots of shot blocks, and Bobrovsky's taking care of business on the ones that do get through. Brought up now into the attacking zone. Here's Tavares out high, top of the circle, and a huge shoulder save by Bobrovsky. Tavares robbed again. Taken now by Ekblad. Trying to clear his zone. Kept in by Nylander. Leafs pouring on the pressure here. Nylander with a shot. That one hits the crossbar. Taking it now. Bennett gets it out of the zone. Working it down. Panthers will get a much-needed line change. Leafs are back in their own end. They get fresh guys on the ice as well. 12:50 to go here in the third. Yo, LGG with the 20. Let's go. Thank you so much, LGG. Really appreciate it. Let's get some dono hype in the chat. That is awesome. And we get a whistle here. Puck deflected up and out of play. Frantic action down in the Florida end. But Bobrovsky making some huge saves. Defensemen and forwards blocking shots. Doing everything they can to keep this a 3-2 lead for the Panthers. And they have done what they've needed to do here so far in the third. An insurance goal would be big. I agree that Florida would definitely benefit from an insurance goal here. I think they're going to need it. But, boy, just doing everything they possibly can to keep the puck out right now. Leafs have gotten a lot of pressure, but can't finish. Florida doing great job in goal and with the shot blocks. I might watch a little bit of it, Pablo, but this is the only game I'm streaming. I don't know. I might watch the first period or so. We'll see. First commercial break of this third period. Chance to catch your breath, and a needed chance to catch your breath with the frantic action. 12:40 remaining in the third period. Leafs know they need a goal. They're putting on the pressure. I have not, Jamie. No. All right, here we go. Back from the break. Offensive zone draw for the Leafs. Worked around now behind the net. Taken by Nylander. Nylander back to the point. Riley long shot deflects wide. Lusterinen on it. Gets it up past Yarncrook and out of the zone. Good clear there for the Panthers. Back to get it. Riley circling in his own end, waiting for something to open up. Passes offline for Nylander. Chance for now. Nylander shot in there. Bobrovsky with another save. Oh boy, Bobrovsky just making huge stops left and right. Riley back in. Leafs putting on more pressure. Forecheck comes. John Tavares out in front for Willie. Nylander can't cleanly get the shot off. Duclair was all over him. Marner now gets it blocked. Taken by Barkov, and he gets it up and out of the zone. Right back in, though. Here comes Marner. Passes it back. Long shot. Ends up being just a dump into the corner. McCabe pinches to keep it in. It's behind the net. Barkov lifts it up. Out through the middle. Into the offensive end. Here's Duclair. Poked off his stick. Leaf steal on the back check. 11.5 to go in the third. Moved across now. Jake McCabe in his own end. Moved up, deflected in. Taken now. That pass a little in front of Tkachuk, and Brody has to go behind his own net. Sends it up the wall. Bunting to the middle. Matthews into the offensive end to the far side. There's a shot deflected off the end boards. Back out. Cleared through the neutral zone. And Brody regroups in his own end again. Played up. Gudis has it. Glove down by Bunting. Panthers next to touch it. Rolls in on Samsonov, who plays it to Liljegren. And Liljegren looks to start the breakout up ice. Around it goes. Verhaeghe gets stood up, but is able to bounce it off the boards and get it out. Leafs tag up, but Panthers have the puck as it's played over the red line, dumped in deep. Samsonov comes out to get it, shakes off Dalpe. Riley passes up for Toronto to Kerfoot through the middle of the ice. Leafs get back on side. Panthers take the puck. Over the red line, dumped into the offensive zone. Montour gets it back in. Samsonov over to Shen. He's chased by White. Back to Morgan Riley. Under 10 minutes to go in the third. Toronto still needs a goal to tie it. Brought up here. Nylander into the offensive end. Poked away from him. And Montour not able to get it out. Second chance. This time he does clear. Relentless from Brandon Montour. Yeah, it looks pretty bad right now, Scott. It looks pretty bad right now. And Ryan O'Reilly not happy here with the icing call. O'Reilly thought he won the race, but linesman says otherwise. Icing against Toronto, and it's going to be an offensive zone face-off now for the Panthers. I would love to see a replay of that. O'Reilly was pissed, and it looked like he got there first. I don't know. They said it's icing. Face-off goes back to the Toronto end. I would love to get a second look at that. Tkachuk dumps it in. Leafs take it. Trying to break out. Brody. Played to McCabe. 9 minutes to go in the third. Drop back. Played up. Here comes Toronto with speed. Through the neutral zone. Into the offensive end. Shot there by Marner. And a nice save as Bobrovsky knocks it away. Back out over. McCabe shot from the point. That hits a body in front. Tkachuk got a piece of that one and blocked it. Leafs still have it offensive zone. Moved away. Here's Marner. Down now. Move to the middle. Oh, McCabe tried to set a man up in the slot, but the shot's fanned on and cleared back out. Right back in. Drop back to McCabe. Cross ice. Deflected away. Barkov first on it. Muscles it out of the zone. And sends it up to Duclair into the offensive end. Anthony Duclair Shot there, knocked down. Worked along the boards. Florida not able to keep it. Cleared out by the Leafs. Down to 8:05 to go here in the third. Here's Duclair. Top of the circle. Off of a skate. Goes up into the netting and we get a stoppage. I think Tkachuk blocked that shot with his hand. He looks a little shaken up on the bench, but I'm sure he'll be fine. Oh yeah, he caught it. He caught it right in the hand there to block that shot. Not a fun spot to get hit, especially the inside of the glove. There's no padding on the inside of the glove. So. We're going to go to our commercial break here. Past the halfway point of this third. Florida continues to lead it 3-2. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Awesome to have you here. Hope you're enjoying this game and enjoying this stream so much. Please don't forget, it really helps out a lot. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you haven't. I cover the entire NHL. Fans of all teams are welcome and wanted. We're just trying to build a hockey community where everybody can come together, have fun, and enjoy. Yeah, pretty much, Pablo. Yes, I would say so, yeah. So we're down to about 8 minutes left in this one. Leafs still looking to tie this game up. They have had so many chances, so many shots, puck possession, offensive zone time. They just can't get one through. Bobrovsky's making huge saves. The Panthers are blocking shots like crazy. A couple of them have gone off pipe. They cannot get one through. And Florida's doing what they need to do to keep this 3-2. And Florida's playing well defensively in desperation mode to just keep the puck out of their net. And they're doing it. All right, we're back from the commercial break. This is getting juicy because it's crunch time now for the Leafs. Faceoff ends up back in the Toronto end. They win the draw. Riley with the outlet pass up the wing. Neutral zone, Lafferty gets it poked away, and Florida dumps it back. Round it goes, moved up, taken here by Camp. Hey, thank you, LGG. I appreciate it. I don't do double headers much anymore, but, I mean, maybe on a weekend. Definitely, we'll see how these series go along, but it's possible on a weekend, maybe. Around now. Taken by Kerfoot. Down to the corner. 7:20 left. Montour putting pressure on. Leafs send it back to the point. Riley goes D to D. Long shot there, deflects up, and gloved by Bobrovsky, who is able to find it, sees it the whole way, grabs it, and it will be an ozone draw now for Toronto with 7:12 to go. Bobrovsky looks so calm in net. Like, he just doesn't seem fazed by this onslaught of shots. Like, he's just sees the puck, makes the save, kicks the rebound out, grabs it. Like, he looks completely calm and unfazed in net. And that's sent all the way down. Florida's going to ice it. Toronto will head right back down for another attacking zone faceoff. Hey, Wolf Shack, thank you so much for subscribing. Let's get some new sub hype in the chat for Wolf Shack, everybody. Welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for joining. Brought up now, stretch pass, Florida shot. Samsonov with the save on Verhaeghe. Big stop there for Samsonov. Florida's back on the attack, though. Verhaeghe couldn't get the pass through to Duclair. Up the boards now. Tavares back the other way. And that one's thrown in. Tammy, what's going on? Welcome in. Alexander, welcome. 6:20 to go. 6:22 to go here in the third period. Mark Stahl whips it up the boards. Kept in by TJ Brody. Second opportunity. Panthers get it out. All the way down. That one rolls. No icing. Played by Riley. Feels like Morgan Riley is playing like 75% of these last few minutes. Like I don't know what his ice time is going to end up, but he's definitely playing every other shift, and it honestly feels like more than that. 5:50 now to go in the third. Into the offensive end. Leafs still trying to maintain possession. They can't. Florida gets it out. Here's Reinhart. Reinhart dumps it down. Luostarinen after it. Samsonov plays it to McCabe. McCabe on the backhand curls back to his own zone. I'm good, Eddie. How are you? Thanks for coming by. Good to see you in the chat. We got 5:25 to go here in the third period. Panthers continue to lead by one goal, 3-2. No series lead is safe, Zach, until you win the fourth game. Series is never over until you win the fourth game. What we saw in the first round was definitely very representative of that. We're going to go to one final commercial break here after that whistle. Florida's still up 3-2. No goals yet here in this third period. Boston was up 3-1, Dan. Yes, and they lost. It's nothing is certain until you win that fourth game. So we go to a commercial break here. This will be our last commercial break of this third period. Hey, we got Patrick and Steven, 2 new subscribers to the channel. Thank you so much. Welcome the new subs, everyone. Get some sub hype in the chat. Thank you, guys. Really, really appreciate it. Glad to have you become part of the community here. What a finish we are in for. Whether Florida holds on to this lead or Toronto ties it, it is going to be a wild finish here in these last few minutes of the third. Oh, it's definitely not easy to do, Yoshi Bros. It's definitely not easy to do, but it's not impossible. The Devils were down 2-0 against the Rangers after losing both games at home, and they came back and won that series. So, can never say never. All right, here we go. Attacking zone draw for Florida. One back to the blue line. They would love an insurance goal. They would love an insurance goal, but they're not going to get it here as Morgan Riley gets it out. Work through here. Willie Nylander to the backhand shot there, and that one once again stays out as Bobrovsky holds the post. Got some help from the defense as well. Here's Tkachuk back up ice into the attacking zone. And a nice job there by Samsonov. Grabs it, holds the post, 4:41 to go. And another offensive zone draw for the Panthers on the way. Another high-quality opportunity for the Maple Leafs, and they can't finish it off. Not really, Nick. No, not very often. What's going on, Jay? Welcome in. Thank you so much. Awesome to have you here. Barkov wins the faceoff to Forsling. Forsling sends it down low for Verhaeghe. Verhaeghe pressured by Liljegren. Trying to come away. Puck through the middle. Comes to a Toronto stick. It's Bunting out of the zone. Carries it up ice. Kicks it into the offensive end. Bobrovsky, definitely MVP of this game, Jose. Yes. On the backhand now, Bunting's shot gets blocked. Back to the point, long shot. Samsonov! Looks like he got stung by that shot. Slow to react, but it hit him, and the Leafs were able to find the loose puck and get it out of the zone. We're now under 4 minutes to go in the third period. Florida takes possession back over the red line. Up into the offensive zone. Luostarinen. Florida on the attacking end. Toronto probably 30 to 60 seconds away from pulling the goaltender, but they can't do it if they're back in their own zone. Taken now, Panthers. Don't let Toronto maintain possession. Florida has it. Montour D to Stahl. Lifted up the boards and out to neutral ice. 3:20 now to go in the third. Hey, what's going on, Red Rubber? Great to see you here. Thanks so much for stopping by. Move now. Still stuck in their own zone. Toronto with 3:05. Now the Leafs have got to get the goaltender off as soon as they can get a chance to. Nylander wins the race to beat out the icing. Goes to the corner with Gudas. They collide. Puck comes up. Florida clears again over the red line. Dumped in behind Samsonov. He's still in the net. Can't get off. 2:45 to go. Oh, huge hit by Cousins, who absolutely steamrolls Kerfoot. Taken now. Toronto finally dumps it deep. 2.5 minutes to go in the third period. Bobrovsky sends it up the boards. Verhaeghe gets it out. Duclair gains the line. Backhands it deep. Samsonov still in the net. Around it goes. No sustained possession here for the Leafs. They are starting to run out of time here. Here comes Matthews up into the attacking zone. 2:10 to go in the third. Sharp angle shot. Bobrovsky makes the save. Puck in the corner. Up the wing. Panthers get to it, and they'll flip it back out of the zone. Samsonov still in the net. We're under 2 minutes to go in the third period. Honestly, Henderson, he's been unreal. He's been unreal. Finally, Samsonov is going to go to the bench now. Empty net for Toronto. Extra attacker on. They need a goal. Down by 1. 1.5 to go here in the third period. Shot through traffic. Glove save, Bobrovsky, as he scoops it up and covers. 1:28 to go. And another big stop from Sergei Bobrovsky. And it looks like he's going to go to the bench here. I think he's got a bit of an equipment issue. Yeah, Bobrovsky's got a skate issue here, so they're going to have to fix that before we get back underway. Yeah, that's why Samsonov was kind of slow after that puck hit him, Scott. He took that right off the mask. But he looks all right now. He was slow to get up and react after that, but it definitely seemed to daze him a little bit, but he seems all right now, but now he's on the bench, so. I never played goalie, so I'm not, I don't know what it's like to get hit in the mask. I'm sure it probably rattles you a little bit when you take one off even though it doesn't actually hit you because you have the mask on, it still probably rattles you a little bit. All right, here we go. Bobrovsky's back in the net. Empty net extra attacker for Toronto. 3-2 Florida lead. Offensive zone draw for the Leafs. And they win it back. Riley. Marner down low for Nylander to Tavares on his backhand. Puck pops up. Ends up in the corner. Both teams dig for it. 1:15 to go now in the third. Back out. Riley keeps it at the blue line. To Marner. Half wall. Down low. Nylander to Marner. Marner. Nylander from the corner. Back to Marner. Out high to Riley. Over to Marner with a shot. Bobrovsky with the save. Rebound stops that as well. Kept in the zone, though, by Ryan O'Reilly. Leafs still have it in the attacking end. Here's Marner with it out high. 50 seconds to go. Toronto pouring on pressure. Worked across. Morgan Riley out high. Top of the circle. Matthews back to Riley. Shot. Puck loose. Cleared. And all the way down by Florida. That will go down to the Leafs' end. 30 seconds to go in the third period. Matthews is on it. Moved up now over the red line. Backhanded into the offensive zone. Ekblad on it. Sends it up the boards. Leafs pinch to keep it. Worked back out high. 20 seconds to go in the third. Long shot there. Gets blocked. Florida trying to clear. Looking to muscle this one out of the zone. Here's Bennett on the backhand. Riley steps up. Second chance. It's out. In with 8 seconds left. Into the attacking zone. Loose to rain and misses the empty net, but it's going to kill the time. And the Florida Panthers hold on to a 3-2 win. As the teams come together at the end here. 3-2 Florida. They survive the onslaught of pressure. Bobrovsky is stellar in goal. And the Panthers take both games 1 and 2 in Toronto on the road. Holy cow. This Panthers team. Wow. 5 straight wins in playoff games in these playoffs now for Florida. They won the last 3 games of the first round series to come back and win it, and now they've started this series off 2-0. Boy, oh boy. This Florida team is looking dangerous, and Bobrovsky was absolutely phenomenal. Like, Sergei Bobrovsky played like an MVP today. What a game from him. What a game from him. So Florida pulls it off. 2-0 in this series now, up over Toronto. And this team now 5 straight wins. Following the blueprint for winning playoff hockey to a T. Heavy forecheck. Great job forcing turnovers. Capitalizing on their chances when they get the opportunity. Boy, following the blueprint to a T. And they are now up 2-0 in round number 2. Panthers looking really, really dangerous. And Toronto's got to do some soul searching here as they head out on the road. They're going to have to try and find a way to go down into Florida and win games down there. That's not going to be easy. And they've put themselves in a bit of a tough situation, to say the least here. We'll see what happens the rest of the way as this series rolls along. But that is going to do it for me tonight. Thank you guys all so much. As always, so many of the usual names in the chat. Really appreciate you guys. Florida with a big, big win. 2-0 now lead. And this team looking great. So thank you guys again. Have a great night, everybody. I'm not sure when my next stream is going to be. Depending on what I have going on this weekend, I might do something this weekend, or at the very least, there'll be a game or two next week for sure. So Won't be too long before I'm seeing you again. Thank you guys so much. Have a great night. See you all next time.